Hi everyone, my name is Amica, and today I'd like to share a little about my journey towards discovering my life's task and what mastery means to me. As I pursue a future within the entertainment industry, what matters most to me is helping to create greater fairness and protection for artists. My dream career path involves working in the entertainment business and contract negotiations to help ensure artists are treated ethically and compensated fairly. I hope to be a part of positive change in an industry that often overlooks the well being of creatives. I've always been someone who advocates for people who may not have the knowledge, confidence, or resources to advocate for themselves. Looking back, I now realize that this has always been a core part of who I am, even before I fully understood it myself. My goal is not simply to follow an existing path, but to help create one that fosters healthier artists, healthier business practices, and ultimately better art that positively impacts people's lives. As I reflected on mastery, several of Green's strategies for finding your life's task deeply resonated with me. The first was to return to your origins. Growing up in inner city Cincinnati, survival often prioritized over dreams. Even yet, during difficult moments, I always carried a desire to create positive change and to help others. Green explains that discovering your life's task often requires reconnecting with something that's been buried beneath life's distractions and hardships. That insight spoke to me because I realized my purpose was never gone, it was simply buried beneath survival and responsibility. Another strategy that resonated with me was to avoid the false path. Throughout my life, I explored careers in retail, sales, management, and entrepreneurship. At one point, I viewed those experiences as detours away from my true purpose. However, I now understand that every experience taught me something valuable. Green emphasizes that mastery requires a deep emotional connection to your field, and when I reflected on my life, the common thread in every role was my desire to help, to motivate, and to uplift others. And those experiences were not failures, they were preparation. A third strategy that stood out to me was to occupy the perfect niche. This reminded me that my journey does not have to look like anyone else's. My experiences, my passions for advocacy, creativity, and desire to help people have created a unique path that aligns with who I truly am. One major turning point in my life happened in 1994 while 8 months pregnant with my daughter. I performed on stage at the Capitol building in Montgomery, Alabama during the 20-year commemoration march connected to the Civil Rights Movement. My band and I performed a remake of Stevie Wonder. And in that moment, I felt completely connected to myself and my purpose. It was then that I realized my life's task was connected to something greater than personal success. It was about people, healing, creativity, and positive change. As I continued this mastery journey, I've established two SMART goals to help move me forward. First, within the next 3 weeks, I plan to expand my professional network on LinkedIn by connecting with at least 5 professionals in entertainment law and artist advocacy. Second, by the end of this course, I will have meaningful conversations with at least 3 of these connections to gain insight into the field and better understand how these relationships can support my long-term goals. Ultimately, Green's work reminds me that mastery is about rediscovering who you truly are and building a life around that truth. For me, that means using my voice, experiences, and passion to create meaningful change within the entertainment industry. Thank you.